In life, there are many analogies, metaphors and stories that overshadow the truth. Truth in plain sight, covered by the illusion of difference. And we must look past it. In relation to the circuit board Earth, I offer an explanation with a visual aid to help you see. If we imagine ourselves as batteries, essentially the body a vessel carrying energy, sitting upon a circuit or a bigger battery, mirroring itself up and down like a Russian doll. The fractured universe we are all aware of, the realm of battery and we the energy. But all energy has a shell, and the shell for us is our body. In religion, the energy I refer to is the spirit. In others, it may be called life source. Others may call it consciousness. All names and appearances. Essentially, everything is energy, appearing as something else. That is the illusion. So imagine us as energy and the world as a self-sufficient circuit. We, the energy, locked into a cycle between two poles of negative and positive, seen as heaven and hell. In terms of energy harvesting, the process is as follows. Each person is energy. Imagine as a battery for the visual. A battery that starts off fresh and pure. All batteries are full of energy until they start to deplete. So our energy starts off pure, full, and as we age, we are corrupted by sin. Our energy not only depletes, but also becomes polluted. For this, think as the energy as air, the air that is polluted with toxins. For us, the toxins are the wants and desires of the mind that attach us to the realm and keep us from the truth. Their plan, to take all knowledge from beings so they do not know themselves, keep them locked in a cycle of this energy harvesting where they are clueless to the fundamentals of life so they become predictable, like machines, running purely from thought and the programming they have received. Thought that keeps them lost from the truth of themselves and their power. And this would be the same reason for cults, why pure young innocent blood is important. Same with vampires, make believe or not. If you see us as batteries, as energy, the energy has different variations from pure to unpure or corrupted. Not only that, the energy depletes. The younger something is, the more energy it has, alongside the pureness or the being of uncorrupted, unpolluted. Children in this case are perfect, as seen in things such as Dr. Sleep, with the sucking of steam. Steam is energy, soul, consciousness, call it whatever you like. We all have it, it's life force. And I am talking about the fundamentals and essence of this energy, which is different to the personality which sits upon that. In gaming, we would see this as a profile, a gamer tag, a gaming profile, which ultimately is an avenue for one to play through, but isn't that player. It is a profile which sits upon the game's engine, the game playing through the profile. If we look at, say, the chemical process and how it compares, what the story is, the process, I won't go into every point, but the chemical process is basically taking a base metal and transmuting it into its purest form, often known as the Philosopher's Stone or associated with that. Comparing that to us, you are the base metal which transmutes. It's all an inner process. You transform from a lower form or a more unpure form into its purest. You have been corrupted all your life, programmed, and have been lost. First, we must separate the thoughts and the identity that have been placed upon us from the pure spirit, seen as separating the subtle from the gross. The gross being the identity, the subtle being the pure spirit. Everything we have learned and have been told we must discard. For a battery, the energy, like air, remember, will release all its toxins and return to its pureness of before. Think of John Coffey in The Green Mile. how he sucks out the negativity and the badness from other people, the illnesses. Sucks out all their toxins and badness and then releases it. Once the toxins and impurities are burnt away, let go, whatever word you want to use, the inner is clean. For a computer, this would be an antivirus program or similar program, which clears the program of any viruses and corruptions. More so like a defragmentation, which finds all corrupted files and discards them, only leaving the originals, replacing it to a former like self. Once you have that pure energy, you then must further transmute it into its purer form. Many other processes can be associated with this, such as the element of water and the washing away, or the element of fire, of burning away, and then water being clear and pure also. Water having its three phases of water, steam and ice, relating heavily to man. As said, this energy must be further transmuted, further burned in the fire, like the tempering of a fine sword. This of course would be after the fact of one realising the truths of life. A rebuilding of sorts is done from the old false self. A new clean self is born, which is further transmuted into a purer, more powerful source of energy, connecting to the source itself and recognising itself as the source. As so in a battery, once the pollutant is gone, the pure energy inside could be fired up and supercharged if you like. As stated, an important factor to this is the recognition of I am, the connection to all. So for a battery or a computer, this is like connecting to the internet for the computer, or the connecting to the power source for the battery. But realisation, you are not the computer or the battery, but the energy. You are all. Connecting to the source gives you great power to replenish yourself. This is where healing and all types of siddhis and powers come into play. Through connection with the source, such as a battery collecting to its source, it can heal itself, replenish itself, give itself more power. As so, we see batteries get recharged. With all this said, energy harvesting takes all these components and reverses them. Rather than you empowering yourself and becoming supercharged, your energy is drained and changed, corrupted or polluted, never allowing you to be the super. Actually taking away your energy. Think of a battery being polluted, the energy being changed. And for us, this would be via programming, the TV, the media, rules and laws. Everything one has ever learned that basically makes the energy unpure. And due to this, in turn, they have to take much more of this energy because of its impurity. Like in football stadiums and concerts, the energy is corrupted, but there is a lot of it. Imagine the people as batteries and the stadiums being bigger batteries themselves, which suck and drain the energy inside of that. So every time a fan cheers, roars, screams, that energy is drained into the larger battery. That being a stadium, a concert, a theatre, all the same, all venues, your energy is being drained into a bigger battery. If not drained and harvested, transmuted to then play a further role in the world. For when a football team loses, that negative energy creates negativity in the world, increases crime and violence among other things.
These environments are always crazy. You know, the first time you walk into these stadiums, they're massive. It's actually, I always feel like it's that proverbial calm before the storm, because when you put 70,000 people in here 24 hours from now, it's going to be deafening. And right now it's just this cave, just void and silence, and I don't know, it's hard to describe what it feels like in here, and in your mind you try to picture it when it's going to be full, but you really can't. This place will be incredible tomorrow. The vibe in here, I don't know if it's anything like it has been outside of here, just being around the city of Melbourne and just seeing the fans that are here from all around the world. This place will be electric. This place will be electric.
Saw you comfortable in the role of villain, but tonight you'll be the hero. Is there either role that you find suits you better?
I'm not playing a role. Every crowd has a different energy. Every place has a different energy. I just feed off the energy, and whatever that energy is. Every crowd has a different energy. Every place has a different energy. I just feed off the energy, and whatever that energy is, it is.
Stadiums. America has a lot of them, and they are increasingly fantastic.
The Jacksonville Jaguars are developing a brand new state-of-the-art training facility, and Miller Electric Company is honored to be playing a large role in its construction. Located right next to the TIAA Bank Field, the $120 million Performance Center will feature practice fields, locker rooms, medical facilities, office spaces, a draft room, shaded stands for the public, concessions, a Jaguar store, and more. It will be known as the Miller Electric Center. We were able to secure the naming rights thanks to our time-tested partnership with the Jaguars. Our relationship goes back decades. We've had a hand in every major construction endeavor since the team's inception, including their stadium construction, Daly's Place, their record-breaking scoreboards, and many renovations.
The question of what they then do with the energy is debatable, and what we are currently researching. Some people suggest they sell it back to us.
We need this. Our city is counting on you to collect those children's screams. Without Scream, we have no power.
Some say to open portals. Others say to feed something more evil.
One of the greatest exorcists of all time. Seal of the Spanish Inquisition.
And then you have the question of immortality.
Can an immortal meet mortality?
Several ways. Starvation. Deny the body the blood. Conversely, drink the blood of the dead. Then there's fire. Consume the body with fire and it can house no spirit. Decapitation. He confided that to me one blood-drunken night in Baton Rouge.
For me, there are truth in almost all these theories. Our energy is being sold back to us, as you can see this in a number of ways. Whether that's us working for our own resources, or our energy literally being drained and then sold back to us and used as everyday energy. The portals and gates to the unseen and other dimensions I know possible, and it seems energy is key to that. Often associated with blood sacrifice, as blood, the killing of a being, ultimately releases the energy. So more so looking at the importance of blood, look at the importance of the energy. Not only the energy, but location seems to play part too. Again, linked to purer energy, children. Evil often chooses specific locations and specific children, where they are put through ritual and sacrifice for purposes of selfish desire.